And we're back, I believe. Sorry about that, folks. The camera just died. I guess Bo forgot to plug it in again.
Blame it on Bo. That's all you ever do.
Anyway,
but Willie Nelson was on.
Willie Nelson.
That's the subject we were on.
This next
Very
song,
important to music.
This next song, actually, you know, we're gonna have to stand up here. Get up!
Got
So we gotta move that darn camera here. All right, it's a little
ditty.
a little faster paced than the slower music because you wanna try and mix it up here. You wanna go from the slow genre to the fast genre. This one is entitled "Run, Rabbit, Run."
One of my favorites. Oh, run, rabbit, run! I said, run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run! I said, run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run! I said, run, rabbit.
Run through the briars and ran through the brambles and ran all around the trees. He ran up and down in the bushes and they're going to the light to see.
Amen, son! Oh, I said, run, rabbit, run, run, rabbit, run! Better keep running all night long. Better keep running or my dog's gonna get you. Better keep running or my dog's gonna get you. Better keep running or my dog's gonna get you.
I saw the rabbit, he was running towards the field. I grabbed my shotgun and I chased him to the field. I tried to stab that rabbit and I missed him once or twice, but I hit that rabbit. Swear between the eyes, I hit that rabbit, I hit that rabbit, I hit that rabbit, I hit that rabbit. Now that rabbit is dead.
He's dead now. And that's why I sing. Run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run on, rabbit, dash, run on, rabbit, dash, run on.
Better start running in now. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run. Run, rabbit, you better start running.
Little taste of Willie, you know. If you couldn't tell, that was totally inspired by Willie.
He has been a great influence on our lives. That Willie Nelson is actually the reason we got in the TV business. We saw that he broadcast his music, and we thought we wanted to have a very similar impact on the world as Willie did. So now we are making videos.
One video at a time, Clyde. You know, we can only do one video at a time.
One.
You've got to influence one by one.
They can only be about 5 minutes long. Well, maybe 10 minutes. I forget how much.
We don't know how this new technology.
It's,
you know, don't even get me started on this. I mean, the technology these days just. I miss the good old days. You know.
People need to get back to the basics, like water.
Get back to the basics of love. You know, music.
Back to the basics of love.
Luke and Balt, Texas, you know.
That reminds me of a song.
You know, Luke and, Waylon and the boys back in the day, son. That's, you know, that was back in the good old days.
Good old days. Doesn't that remind you of a song?
It reminds me of a, you know.
A little ditty that we wrote?
Yeah, it does. You know.
It's called Love.
Love?
We're going to sing that song. I got to finish myself.
Hickory, you know.
Pistachios. Brought to you by Seahorn Farms.
you know, I really did like that farm. I mean, I remember it pretty good now. And it was, you know.
Weren't for them darn rattlers, it would be excuse me, it would be a great place.
And damn rattlers.
To raise some children. I once had a kid that stepped on a rattler, and let me tell you, it is not a pretty sight to see a rattler swallow a child whole.
Well,
I mean, if it wasn't for my dog who was there at the time, and if I wasn't trying to keep that dog from going near that giant rattler, I would have helped that kid.
But you know, it's too late.
It was my best dog.
You ain't want to get your dog all marred up like that. This kid's the one who got to pay the price. I mean,
they got to learn the lesson somehow. They really do.
That's the only way to make them money.
If they don't learn the lesson like that, then how are they supposed to learn the lessons that'll keep them alive later in life?
I mean, I was bit by, a little bit of everything as a kid. I got bit by,
You've never been bit.
You won't bet. Look,
all right, our next song.
Look at here.
Our next song, I entitled "Love."
Love's something we all need, folks.
It is. If we don't got love, as the late great,
it's a key factor.
The late great John Jacob said, "If you don't have love, then you don't got nothing."
And that's so true.
So we all just need a little more love. How do I explain this love that gathers in my loins? How do I tell you how I feel? I love you, Jimmy. I love you. There's just a special bond between a man and his dog. I love you, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
you were my favorite dog.
Favorite dog.
My favorite dog
In
the world.
Dog in the world.
Favorite dog
In the world.
I love you, Jimmy. I miss you every day.
Every day.
I love you, Jimmy. Oh, why'd you have to go away? I love that dog more than my wife and kids.
I neglected them for you.
I love that dog more than life itself.
I love that dog.
I love you, Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy. And what I did to hold you in my arms again. We miss you, Jimmy. We miss you.
We miss you, Jimmy. And I never got to spend much time with Jimmy, but every time I saw him, I understood. It was a very special bond you had, loving bond.
This one's for Jimmy. This one is for Jimmy.
God bless that dog. I mean, he was, you had a good 20 other dogs with you, but that one was special.
I just don't understand why that.
Hey,
I don't understand why that damn giant raccoon had to attack
those
Jimmy.
raccoons get pretty big.